everybody, and welcome to R&B Reviews. I'm Rob, and the summer blockbuster season is on its way in, so I decided to do my annual summer blockbuster preview video where I pick movies that I'm really looking forward to or kind of curious about. I'll go ahead and take my sunglasses off since we're indoors today. So putting this list together was kind of interesting. Usually when I put my list together for the video and see what's coming up, there's usually like a lot of movies that I really want to see or curious about. Like last year, I think I picked 10 movies. This year I looked at what was coming out, and obviously not too many really grabbed my attention this time around, and nothing really that I really am excited or really want to see about. But nonetheless, there are some titles that I really want to check out and I'm looking forward to. So why don't we go ahead and start with the big one, and this is the movie I'm probably looking forward to the most. It's the Avengers Infinity War, which is going to open up on April 27th. I'm really excited because it's taken 10 years to get to this point since the first Iron Man movie came up. It's been building up, and I know a lot of Marvel Cinematic Universe fans have been waiting for this, to have the Avengers characters, the Guardians of the Galaxy, Doctor Strange, and many of the other characters meet up for this moment. And plus we get to see Thanos participate fully in the movie ever since he was first teased in the closing credits of the first Avengers movie back in 2012. I can't wait to see how it plays. I hope it's a fun, exciting movie, and I hope that the twists and turns that I predict are in the movie are going to be fantastic. The next movie that I want to check out is also a character based on Marvel Comics. It's Deadpool 2, which opens up on May 18th. Now, if you've watched the review for my first movie, I'm not 100% the biggest fan of Deadpool, at least not as of yet. I did enjoy the movie, though, but sometimes the in-jokes like, hey, look, I'm going to make a Wolverine joke or an X-Men joke, I thought, wasn't really clever, and it was just like pointing stuff out just to point stuff out. But nonetheless, I did kind of enjoy the first film, and I can't wait to see where our sarcastic, satirical superhero ends up next. I want to see if the character has grown from the first film, and I'm hoping, like in the case of some sequels, that it's not a retread of the first film. I hope it grows from there, and I can't wait to see how it turns out. The next movie that I'm interested in checking out comes out on May 25th, and it's Solo, a Star Wars story. Now, this movie I'm more curious about than wanting to see it because, as many of you know, if you've been following the production of this movie, there's been a lot of production problems. First, the original directors were Phil Lord and Christopher Miller, who made the Lego animated movies, and they also did 21 Jump Street movies. And they left the production with, I think it was about 3 weeks of principal photography to go because them and the producers were constantly clashing over the direction of the film. They clashed with the directors because they tended to stray from the script and encouraged improvisation, and the producers and the directors just had different visions for the movie. So the directors, I think they quit. I don't think they were fired. I might be wrong though, but in the end, the producers picked Ron Howard to replace them. And there was also that big debate about who was going to get a directing credit because most of the movie had been shot. Excuse me. But the producers, seemed happy with Howard doing what he was doing, that he reshot more of the movie. From what I read, it's 80%, and he's gotten the directing credit, so it looks like very little of what Miller and Lord shot's going to end up in the final cut from what I heard. I also heard stories that the actor playing Solo wasn't very good or he was struggling with the part. So I just want to see how it turned out. I love Star Wars and I love the Rogue One prequel movie, but I wasn't really thrilled when they announced that they were making a prequel with Han Solo because I kind of like not completely knowing Han Solo's backstory, and I like just watching him interact with the characters in the original trilogy and the situation and so forth. So still, I'm going to check it out, and who knows, maybe it's better than what I'm thinking it's going to be, but we'll see. But I'm still probably going to check it out just to see how it turned out. The next movie that is interesting me, it comes out June 8th. It's a documentary called Won't You Be My Neighbor. It's about Fred Rogers, who was the host of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, which was a children's show on PBS networks here in the U.S., and I grew up watching him and Sesame Street, and something I noticed when I was watching the trailer for this movie was, as an adult versus seeing it as a kid, I didn't realize, how effective his way of communicating with his TV audience was. I guess I kind of taken it for granted, but the way he talk to them on the clips, and watching people being interviewed about talking about him, it was like a bunch of memories came back for me, and he sounded like he was always talking to us, the audience, like we were there and that he knew us and he understood us and so forth. And it was just interesting to watch the trailer for this movie. And I want to learn more about the show. I want to learn more about him. And I can't wait to see how all that is portrayed in the documentary. Next up comes out July 6th. It's another Marvel movie. It's Ant-Man and the Wasp. Now, I'm not quite as hyped about this movie as I am Avengers Infinity War. I wasn't the biggest fan of the first Ant-Man movie, but we are starting the next phase of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, so we get to see where the series is going to go now. And the trailer definitely looked funnier than the first movie trailer did and stuff, so I'm hoping it turns out very well, and I can't wait to see what direction the Cinematic Universe is going to go in next. It's going to lead up to Avengers 4, and the title as of now is hasn't been released yet. So let's see, maybe I'll get into the Ant-Man character a little bit more here. And finally, this movie, I was going back and forth on whether to include it or not on my list, because it's a movie that I'm more curious about than really want to see, but it's a horror movie called Slender Man. It comes out August 24th. I think nowadays when people think of Slender Man, they might think of more about the news story that broke out about the two 12-year-old girls who tried to kill their classmate to try and impress Slender Man, which is, of course, a fictional character that was created on the internet, and he was popular like a few years ago. But looking at the trailer, I'm not 100% excited for it, but I'm curious to see how it plays out. And plus, Slender Man, I think, was more, as I mentioned, was more popular years ago, and I think it's, in a way, it's kind of a little late to take advantage of the Slender Man character, but who knows, maybe it'll be better, maybe not, I don't know, but I'll find out. Alright, so this is my list of movies that I'm interested or curious about for the summer blockbuster season of 2018. First is the Avengers Infinity War, Deadpool 2, Solo, a Star Wars story, Won't You Be My Neighbor, Ant-Man and the Wasp, and Slender Man. So that's my list, and go ahead and if there's movies this summer that you're looking forward to or you're excited about, go ahead and post them in the comment box below. Please like the video, and if you're interested, come check out the main page and you can look at some other reviews of movies or other special videos that I've done. And if you're interested, hit that subscribe button. Thank you very much for watching.